Welcome to the Living Artist Podcast. I'm your host, Preston M. Smith. Hey everybody, welcome to the Living Artist Podcast. I'm Preston M. Smith, at PMS Artwork everywhere on internet land and socials. I want to thank you for landing on this podcast. Whether you're a professional artist, just getting started in the art world, a collector of art, or just consider yourself a creative person, this podcast has something for you. I like to think of it as a fun way to rant and talk to other creative people about living the life of an artist, surviving and getting ahead in the art world, and enjoying your life. But most importantly, not waiting until you're dead to make it happen. All right, let's get started. The Living Artist is supported by Filling the Well, a new podcast from Arts Midwest created to nourish, provoke, and inspire artists and art leaders. In this 5-part series, hear from the creative changemakers as they share their takes on how to shift power dynamics, avoid burnout, build authentic community, share resources, and advocate for support. With each episode, you'll find links to explore these ideas further and act in your community. Listen wherever you get your podcasts or check out artsmidwest.org/fillingthewell. Oh man, I can't believe I messed this up. I need somebody to come help me. If only I had a fixer. What the fuck? Whoa, Ray Donovan? Ray?
Sure.
Wow, I can't believe this. Yeah, I just need some help here. Can you help me with this?
Sure.
Well, I don't want to put you out. Are you sure you can?
Sure, I'm sure.
Wow, I mean, that would be great. Ray Donovan, man.
Now get the fuck out of the way.
Oh, yeah, no problem. Let me get out of your hair. Wow, man, that did the trick. I really appreciate it.
Sure.
And just like that, Ray is gone. That was just something kind of just for myself to do. I always thought it would be fun. I don't know how many of you watched Ray Donovan, but it's a great show. And they say sure so much. Yeah. And they say it in so many different ways for so many different meanings. I always thought it would just be funny to do a conversation based on just sure's and different inflections. Sure. So there you have it. Anyway, it does tie in to what we're going to talk about today, because I used to have a little bit of a philosophy of sure based on the Ray show. It's really just a philosophy of surrender and acceptance. I think a lot of times, things get in our way. It's a lot of little mental hurdles that we have to get over, and we're just putting them in front of ourselves, really. And I think a lot of times, if we can just adopt a little bit of a sure attitude and, get out of our own way and just do the task, everything will be so much easier. A lot of it is just getting over that first hurdle and then just doing it. Like I talked to Mike Dubois about kind of doing it into little time blocks or little bite-sized chunks. Your day is really difficult. Like I have so many things going on at any given time. And a lot of times I'll wake up and just be overwhelmed with, I got this. And, if I just sit back and break that down into something that I can manage and do it one step at a time, one task at a time, it's really not that difficult. But if I were just to look at, I got to do this and I got to do this, I've got this interview here today, and then I've got to upload this, I got to take new pictures of this, I got this new painting, I got to deliver this to this gallery, then all of a sudden you're just in a state of overwhelm and you just shut down. We can all benefit from adopting a little bit of a sure attitude and just getting it done. Ray Donovan's one of those characters that's just like the old school guy, doesn't complain, he just gets shit done. And obviously that some of that's to his own peril. But there is a little bit of a comfort in just that sigh and sure. It's almost like a very conscious person or a spiritual teacher would tell you, even though his character is very far from that, it's like having a deep conscious breath. Every time you have something or something comes up in your life that affects you, you take a deep conscious breath and then you deal with it. You say, yes, sure. And you go on your way. All right, that's the last sure. Are you sure? There are a lot of dualities and contradictions in life, right? A lot of times I'm talking about how you just have to have self-care and take care of yourself and do things at your own pace. Well, sometimes you just got to suck it up and say, sure, okay, I lied. I said one more. And just do it. Get some things done. I think there needs to be a little bit of a balance of that between self-care and writing a list of tasks, or just saying, look, I'm going to do this, showing up when you say you're going to. And that could be showing up just for yourself in your daily tasks. I got to do this, and this. That's what I always do. Hey, without fail, whether I want to or not, I need to get a podcast episode out every week. And sometimes I don't want to do it. And sometimes I don't have anything to talk about. And a lot of times I'll just go, sure. And then I'll do it. I don't actually say that, but internally I'm saying that to myself. And you just got to get it done, because otherwise it doesn't get done. Nobody just comes out of the sky and fixes it for you. There's not a Ray fixer to come in and do your job and complete your work, get in your studio and paint that new piece that needs to be painted, or, sculpt that sculpture, or take that photograph, whatever it is that you do, create an NFT. Nobody's going to come out of the sky and do that for you. So you have to get into a routine of just surrendering to that and having that little bit of that old school, pick yourself up by your bootstraps and just get some shit done. You got to have a little bit of that attitude. I think that's healthy. And then you can take some downtime and have that self-care. But I think there's a lot of malaise. I think there's a lot of, I hate to say laziness, but there is a little bit of that, I think, that's coming out of the pandemic. I think people got used to not working as much. I've been seeing it in society. People are just kind of like, even if they're at their job, they don't really want to be at their job. They don't really want to be working. And it's like, hey, this is putting food on your table, but they just don't want to be there. And it's just been a kind of a conditioning thing that we've had, I think, recently. So I'm here to tell you that you can either have that mindset where you're just like, I don't want to be here, or, I don't want to do this, and then not be productive, or be partially productive and really not enjoy it. Or you can be the person who says, sure, and gets it done and just accepts it and does it. And you know what? You're going to feel good about it. You're going to feel good about your productivity. And if you take it seriously and take it as a job, your art practice, because it is a job at the end of the day, if you're trying to be a professional artist, if you take it as a job and say, I'm going to do this because this is what professional artists do, we sit down, we get shit done. We create work. We get that work up online consistently, or we get that out into our galleries consistently, and we market ourselves consistently, and we nourish ourselves in ways that feed us so we have inspiration consistently. Those are things that we need to do. That's all stuff that's part of the program, or part of the mindset of being a professional artist. So I think this is just a little healthy kick in the pants to all of us to adopt a little bit of that attitude and get some shit done. Get some shit done in your life and in your art practice, and be a person of your word. Be somebody who does what they say they're going to do, even if that's to yourself. You're going to feel a whole lot better when you look back at the end of the day and said, yeah, I did that. I was true to myself. I was true to my practice, and I got the things done that I wanted to get done today. Now bring on the next day. So that has been the episode, everybody. Hope you're doing well. Reach out to me on social media, as always. Say hello. If you want to support the podcast, you can go over to www.pmsartwork.com/podcast, and there is a place that you can donate to kind of keep the show going strong. Or, you can just stop by and check it out. Check out the work. Check out my art. Check out the podcast. Say hello, and be on your merry way. So that's it for today, everybody. And I just want to leave you with one final sure. Now get out there and find your sure. Or better yet, what can sure do for you? See you soon, everybody. This has been the Living Artist Podcast. Thank you so much for listening. I just want you to know that I appreciate you being here, and I'm grateful to be in your ears. Your art and creative life on this planet is meaningful, so thank you for sharing it with me. If you like this podcast, whatever platform you're listening to it on, please subscribe and share it with your friends. You can also leave me a positive review to show your support. This helps me to reach more people with the algorithmic magic and keep the show going strong. If you want to see more of what I do and check out the art that I create, you can visit my website at www.pmsartwork.com or follow me on social media everywhere at PMS Artwork. That's it for now. See you back here next time.